this one alone. She's upcoming, so you decide now. I'm assuming.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Sorry we're a little bit late. We had an executive session to discuss personnel issues. I have Mr. Shaw online. So with that, I'd like to recognize any resident or taxpayer of this area school district wishing to address the board about title programming or any other matter or concern or interest properly raised in public session. Please state your name, your address, and please keep your comments in 3 minutes. No one? We have a special presentation from Katie Galinsky from the Nutrition Group.
That's right. I warned you. I could have just dropped it.
Galinsky, Regional Manager with the Nutrition Group. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for having us. Here with me too is Leanne Young, your new Director of Food and Nutrition at Sayre Area School District. I'm very happy to have her with us. She is local to the area. So we just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk to you and welcome you back to the 22-23 school year and to talk a little bit about what we have going on for you here and just to introduce ourselves and to see if you have any questions that we can help you with. So like we said, we're really excited to be back for the school year. We're excited to be serving students back in the cafeteria and to be seeing everybody consistently as we've all returned to school. Some of the challenges that we've had last year, especially the supply chain challenges that we've all faced, and gas prices are starting to go away. Gas prices are coming down a little bit, and some of our supply chain issues have really subsided. We're seeing some of those favorite products back, which we're going to talk about. So first, we just wanted to update you on what we worked on this summer. So exciting, we were able to come back as a large group in the nutrition group this year to have our summer seminar. We had a local one in the Wilkes-Barre area for many of our directors there that Leanne was able to attend. And this year we worked through the book and workbook and now journal of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We are consistently and constantly growing our managers and trying to help them excel in their leadership roles here at the district. I was able to represent our area in Ohio this year too. I traveled out there, talked to some of the school districts that we've recently picked up in Ohio and Michigan, and bring some of our ideas that we use here and some of our accounts that we've been with for a long time and help them implement it. So excited to be able to bring some of what we're doing here out to some other states. In addition, we also brought our professional development for our hourly staff back to that large group. It's such a wonderful day, these professional development days. This one we held with some of our Bradford County schools, and the Sayre staff members attended. It was a wonderful day. We held it right here in Sayre at the Best Western. And the staff were able to build a food truck, help them work on their synergy and how to work together as a team in each of their kitchens. And if you're in their kitchens, you may see some of those food trucks that they built. So it was really a great activity. Plus, we also always do refreshers and training on HACCP, making sure food is safe for our students and staff, and then also really forefronting the sanitation of our kitchens and keeping our children safe. So just to welcome again our new Director of Food and Nutrition, Leanne Young. Like I said, Leanne is local to the area. She's been with the nutrition group for 4 years. She was previously the director at Canton School District, who is also a CEP or Community Eligibility Program school. So between myself and Leanne, we're very familiar with the program that Sarah has elected to do this year. So I'm thrilled to have her on board. She's been doing a wonderful job here, getting to know the staff. So welcome, Leanne. Just some different products that we have brought back this year. We always have our favorite, our homemade pizza here with the crust that rises in-house. It's such a great product. And Donna, I know at the high school here, makes such an amazing pizza. She's always sending us pictures, and it's just such a really nice product. We also introduced some new recipes like those paninis. We have a turkey bacon ranch panini and then a 3-cheese grilled cheese panini, which has really been a nice addition. If you may have eaten in our cafeterias before, you may have remembered those really nice whole muscle chicken products that we struggled to get during COVID because of some supply chain issues, and they have come back. So you'll see some of these options in your cafeteria. And also, just if anyone is listening in or has students here, all of these options are free. Every option that you can choose at the cafeteria, whether your student wants a yogurt parfait, wants a panini, wants a cheeseburger, wants a slice of pizza, they all are included in the free lunch. One entree along with the fruits, vegetables, and milk. A new program we just are rolling out this year is called Everyday Nutrition. As one of our 12 promises to the school and to our students, we really want to put the nutrition as a forefront. We want to bring how can they eat healthier? How can we bring fun to the nutrition program? And we used to do some classes in the classroom, and target just some different individuals right in their classes. Our dietitians came together and wrote this Everyday Nutrition program. You can flip one more slide, Leanne. And we have a couple different programs that you're going to see in the cafeteria here at SARE. They're geared towards the elementary students. We have some like Fruity Fridays where students can make their own fruit salad. We like to offer different fruits that maybe they're not seeing all the time on the lunch line. And then they have that really nice snack. Also the snack attack, teaching healthy snacking like trail mix, or how can they have a healthy snack whether it's after school or on the weekends. We're also providing some recipes too that they can take home and make with their parents. So we will see those. I think we have some planned for coming up in this fall. I think November is one of our first ones planned here. So excited to bring this new program here to SARE. Of course, we have some of our favorite programs that have come back. Our Farm to Fork, highlighting a different fruit or vegetable throughout the fall, and then finalizing a nice harvest feast or Thanksgiving dinner in November. Tasty Bites, where we highlight a different exciting recipe. Spring sandwich cookies or caramel drizzled apples, depending on the season. Something that every student who gets a lunch will receive. Recipe of the Month, where we have different recipes that actually local directors have created and have used to meet the National School Lunch Program guidelines. So different recipes that you'll see, one on every month at all menus. And then Wellness Wednesday, one of my favorite marketing programs where students at the elementary school will be able to try a really nice and fun different recipe, and if they try it, they get a sticker that says, I tried something new. So it encourages them to try something different one Wednesday a month in the cafeteria. Some events opening this year at SARE. We had our Nutrition for Life, where Leanne really highlighted how fun it is to get a lunch and all of the wonderful things that we serve, and served that in the cafeteria. She gave out some special prizes too if you received a lunch, so it was wonderful to see that. And as well, we were so happy to host, or to cater the Athens and SARE Teacher Professional Development breakfast here in the gymnasium. Thank you to administration and to Jill who allowed us to cater that. We had our team from Athens and myself and Leanne and all the staff, the SARE staff here, and it was really, really nice. We appreciate that, and it went very well. So thank you. Just a quick update, because you may have seen in the news some different transitional standards for the school lunch. The USDA did relax some of the milk regulations, where we were only able to serve fat-free flavored milk in the past. We're now able to serve 1% flavored milk. So we're able to offer that, which is definitely a student favorite. Also, in the past years, we had to serve 100% whole grains, and the USDA did relax this as well, where we allowed to serve 80% whole grains. So we're using that 20% to serve that really nice pizza crust and those white pastas, things that the students really like, and sometimes the wheat products just don't hold up as well. And then we're serving the other 80% with our buns and breads and things like that to make sure it's whole grain to meet. And then finally, the sodium, which is always a moving target. They have adjusted the target for this school year and put in some new regulations for the 23-24 school year. So the manufacturers will be able to catch up and make some new products to service schools. The most exciting slide is the state and federal funding for this year. So you may have heard about that Keep Kids Fed Act. It's been in the news as school was starting, allowing 15 cents for an additional breakfast and 40 cents for an additional lunch. They also increased reimbursement rates 7.4%. They usually increase them 1.5%, just as a gauge. So they increased them 7.4%. So with all of that, it has come to a substantial number of additional reimbursements that SARE will receive this year, which is really nice to help offset some of the costs, especially the food costs and labor costs that districts are feeling. The CEP program, which I know that you have elected to do this year, district, and we've been serving free breakfast and free lunch to all students. So if anyone listening in as well is not taking advantage of it, every day students can get a free breakfast and a free lunch, which is just such a wonderful program that we're able to serve. For elementary school students, they can take the entree, 2 vegetables, the fruit and the milk every day as a lunch. And then for high school students, the entree, 2 vegetables, 2 fruits, and a milk. So it's a really nice full tray, and it's wonderful that you're able to offer this program. And then just at the end of September, Governor Wolf did announce that free breakfast is going to be served to all students. Well, here at SARE, you're already doing that, so how does this affect you? The wonderful thing is that even though you are serving everybody free, doesn't mean you are claiming everybody free. So you're taking a little bit of a cost hit on those students, but of course still forefronted the importance of breakfast for them and lunch. So now you're going to be able to claim all students as free and receive that reimbursement from the state and federal government, which is just wonderful because it can help generate additional funds for the cafeteria in school. So finally, we do have a TNG Charities program that we have rolled out this year for anyone who is working in the cafeteria. If there is a co-op program that your school district runs, we would love to be a part of it. We have had a lot of success with students who work in the cafeteria, and if they're interested in fields or interested in getting hired to work in the cafeteria after they graduate. If they are a student worker and we can work and be part of the co-op program, we are offering grants from $1,000 to $5,000 for any of those students who are interested and who are able to. It's been a really, really nice program. Last year, we actually weren't able to give out as many grants as we wanted to because we didn't have as many workers. So we're hoping to increase our amount of student workers and to help also offset any staffing shortages we have in the cafeteria too. So it's a really nice program that we're hoping to bring to many districts. So we're excited for a great year. We're ready for it to be the best year. We are very sad, of course. Alice Bennett was with nutrition for a long time and she has moved on to retire. She was such a wonderful asset here and has done so much, and we definitely miss her. We're excited to have Leanne on board and to be working with the administration and the staff here. Really appreciate the time to allow us to just talk a little bit about what we have going on and to see if there's any questions. Our information is here as well as on the website too and on your board reports every month that will start again this month. Anything you ever need, just feel free to reach out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Let's go down and keep.
That's
Yeah, all right.
There's no presentation for the nutrition groups, we're just now getting ready to start the agenda.
Future supervisor. Thank you so much, guys, for the presentation. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Just the fact that I just want to make a comment, it's good to see folks still being innovative with lunches and breakfasts and stuff. And I used to say this to Alice all the time, is I wish that you were around when I was in high school and elementary school because everything looks terrific. And I've never heard a complaint about cafeteria, believe it or not, from anyone out in the community. Thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And, it's so nice to hear that. I have to say, definitely attributed to Alice being here for so many years. She was so wonderful, and to the job Leanne, and also the staff. The staff here is amazing. I have come on with Sarah only over the last 2 years, and most of them have been with COVID, unfortunately. So, it's just amazing to see the wonderful job that Sarah does here, and with their summer program, how many students were fed in the summer here. It's very, very nice. So thank you very much.
They're going to do great, Leanne.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on, with our consent agenda, I need to take out section B, number 2, coaches. We're going to have to vote on that at the end. So for the consent agenda, we have section 1 for the minutes, section 2 operations, including instruction with conference requests, field trip requests. For athletics, we have 1 resignation. For personnel, we have a leave of absence, a long-term substitute, coaches and advisors, volunteers. And that's it. So I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any questions?
Yes, I got a correction in the minutes. For the students that were in the Northern Tier Career Center, the number is 53, it should be 33.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. Anything else? Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Not yet. Okay, any other questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. right, so for section B, athletics coaches, I'd like to recommend the board approve the individuals listed below to be employed as a coach for the 22-23 sports season.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
We'll begin with Mrs. Agnew.
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Hickey?
Abstain.
Mrs. Kmetz? Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
You don't have to abstain on
number 2.
number 2, Junior?
Okay.
Yes. You'd have to abstain. Okay.
Mr. Skirpon?
Yes.
Mr. Petrini?
Yes. Section 3, finance. Bills, like to recommend the bills for payment listed in Exhibit B be ratified and approved as presented.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Shaw? Oh, haven't gotten that part yet, but okay. Any discussion on the bills? No? Any roll call, please?
We'll begin with Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Kmetz?
Yes.
Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Abstaining on number 55?
Mr. Skirpon?
Yes.
Mrs. Agnew?
Yes.
Mr. Petrini?
Yes. Upcoming committee meetings on October 11th. The Community Relations Wellness Committee will be at 5:30 in the conference room here in the administration office of the high school. With that, committee reports, community relations. Mrs. Kmetz.
Yes, we are finalizing some homecoming plans, and as you've seen the school district push out, we are having a parade. It will start at 4:30. Route TBD, based on borough approval. So homecoming is the big one. There's a lot of big things planned. Some things are not yet announced, but stay tuned because it's coming.
I may need to go around the track like 10 times as our route.
No, we've presented multiple route ideas, so they just didn't want us to use Lockhart Street. It's a disaster. I'm going to leave Fallen into Fun for Debbie to report back on since we had that this weekend. And the Community Relations Wellness Committee is working on a thankful project for the fall. And we also are going to participate in Spooktacular as a group. So make sure you find us. Get your hot chocolate. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Kmetz. Want to add, Ms. Agnew?
Yeah, the Falling Into Fun event that we had this past Saturday was another hit like last year was for our second annual. We thank a lot of people that helped with it. I can't even name all of them, right? Oh, you've got the list. Okay, Michelle can help you with that then. But it turned out great. We had a lot of kids. Dan Rose from the Conservation District came up and did tours and some different things with the kids, building shelters. Kids just loved it. And painting of the pumpkins, and they had a really great time. And I think everybody did. We had a lot of good feedback. We had our apple dessert contest. We had 4 entries into that, 4 or 5 entries into that, which was great. So it turned out really good. I think we all agree that we'd like to continue that annual because kids just loved it. That's really what we were trying to do.
This is the second year we've done it, right? You did
Yeah,
it last
second
year,
annual.
and then-
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep, this was the second annual, and it turned out just as good, if not better. We came up with some new ideas, and then next year we more ideas. So it turned out really good. So I think everybody was happy with it. And I'll let Michelle during her or now, whichever she wants to do. She's got some of the.
Well, we'll jump right into principals.
You can add that too.
Would you like over to the podium?
Yes, ma'am.
everybody. Just a reminder that there is a virtual advisory committee meeting that's hosted by the 2 guidance counselors at 9 o'clock. So be looking in your Google Calendar for those invites. I was asked to remind you of that. Our enrollment is the same as it was last month with a difference of 1 individual. So those numbers are the same. We still have our 4 SOLA students and 475 students at Snyder. Again, Mrs. Agnew, you're going to have to help me here as I check this off, Mr. Cole and Mrs. Kometz, as we go through. The weather was a little bit spotty, but it turned out to be just a wonderful day, so we were very thankful for that. Again, a big thank you to Dan Rhodes and the Bradford County Conservation District for their nature walks through the various trails. They helped everyone locate their scavenger hunt items, which was a new activity for the kids to participate in this year as well. They seemed to have a lot of fun with that. Thank you to Betsy Schumacher and Bonnie Garrity for taking the time to go through those bags. A little hint for next year, we're going to have gloves involved. Some of the kids that picked up their apples as they went along the scavenger hunt got hungry, so there's some half-eaten apples mixed in with the moss that they found and some wet leaves. So it was quite as adventure as they went through those bags, so thank you for doing that. Another thank you to Dan Mann and Parker's Produce for the pumpkins. It was a great hit. The kids had a wonderful time painting those activities in the pavilion area. Again, the nutrition group had some lunch items available for us, along with a small dog orchard, so we thank the Lezak family for coming up and having a nice day with us as well. Paul Family Farm brought some chickens and rabbits, and the Kometz had a couple cows up there for us to share with the kids. That was a great hit as well. Thank you to the student council from Snyder and the high school. They were up there and helped out with a lot of activities, kept the kids busy with some additional games, so thank you to Mrs. Romberger and Mrs. Lamana for that. Sam Claypool was the winner of Guess How Many Candy Corns Were in the Jar. That was a great hit. We had over 60 participants that tried to guess that number, and they got to keep the candy corn. Sayre Area Police Department and Litchfield Volunteer Fire Department had some emergency vehicles up there. The kids were allowed to get on and travel through them, so they had a great time with that. A big thank you to Mary and Dale Pitcher. They supplied us with a photo booth canvas for the kids to take pictures in. They donated that, so we are grateful for that. They're also instrumental in the planning portion and volunteering for the event, along with Mrs. Deb Agnew, Ron Cole, Mrs. Bonnie Garrity, her sister Betsy, as I mentioned before, and Mrs. Kometz was part of that committee as well. So thank you to everybody for their help. Jen Sauter was the first place winner of the apple baking contest. It was a big hit. All 4 desserts were, I think, gobbled up readily. I don't think there was much left, and we ran out of forks, so we had to get creative on how we were gonna share those goodies with everybody up there. And finally, a very big thank you to Tacey Baggerly. She was a great help with so many little things that came together at the very end, from gathering supplies, making copies for us, and it was always, what can I do to help? So again, thank you for all of her help as well. So it was a great day, and we look forward to all the activities that we plan to add next year, round 3. Thank you.
Mrs. Malone, we forgot, we survived our trail walk this year.
Yes, we did. It was very uneventful, I'll just say that. I stayed on the path, that's probably why.
Thank you, Mrs. Monroe.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. So at the high school, our numbers are about the same too. Our current enrollment's at 440 students, and we have 26 SOLA participants. We had 27 band students from the high school that participated in Cavalcade last week, which was held over at Athens. Our band director, Cameron King, will perform taps this Wednesday evening down at Riverfront at the Wall That Heals display that they'll have. And our senior, Seth Gorsline, is going to perform the same thing Thursday evening. So you could head down either evening to see them.
This is evening. Did
Yes.
you say that's at 6 o'clock or 7? I didn't.
I believe it's 6 o'clock.
Thank you.
This is just a reminder, we'll have our first student early release day this Wednesday. So here at the high school, students will be dismissed at 2:40 each Wednesday from now on, starting this week. We have 53 juniors that are scheduled to take the PSATs on the morning of October 12th, so that's coming up pretty soon. The senior class is very busy planning all the homecoming activities. Spirit Week will happen October 17th through the 21st, so parents look for flyers that will be coming out soon about that. And just another reminder, there's no school for students on Monday the 10th, as that's a professional development day for our staff. That's it.
Hey, Mrs. Ely. Mrs.
Yes.
Ely, are any of our other student groups participating this coming weekend for the wall? I know that we mentioned the tabs.
That's all I'm aware of. We
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have groups going down like for field trips to view the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our 5th and 6th graders are going from the elementary school for an hour at a time that morning as well.
Yeah, 5th and 6th is going, and then 11th and 12th is going.
Thank you very much, Mr. Seeley. Mr. Henry.
Good evening, all. It's good to be back with you. I apologize for missing last week, or 2 weeks ago. I was a little under the weather. It's also good to be back to one sole role, although many hats, but returned to that the last week. We're continuing to work with Keystone to approve dual enrollment courses. Currently, it looks like for this coming school year, we'll have, our current year, we'll have 2 additional English classes, 1 for juniors, 1 for seniors, Algebra 2, and potentially 2 biology courses that have the potential to be dual enrollment courses for our kiddos. My contact at Keystone just late Friday relayed to me that they're willing to work on as many classes as we want to offer. So I was going to be happy with 5, but stay tuned. We may be bumping that up a little higher. Also, our admin team met with Greater Valley Chamber of Commerce last week. We're looking forward to improving partnerships with area businesses for opportunities for our students and to help support those businesses. We're also looking at expanding our community service program, similar to the agreement that you guys approved last week with Guthrie, to other local businesses. And speaking of Guthrie, we met with them today to continue to move our pipeline program forward. It's going to look a little different this year than we initially planned it. We planned a pretty robust program, and but look a little different, but we're still happy it's getting off the ground with those opportunities for kids to see what's going on across the street and throughout the Guthrie campuses. So that's it for me. I don't think we have anybody else using this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. NTCC report, Mr. Cole.
This is going to be the quickest one I've ever had. Next meeting is October 20th. Yeah, right. Next meeting is October 20th. Let me continue on. You're gonna hold up my record here. And the only other thing I can report on is basically there will be funds out there from 2021 through 2024 of approximately $370,000 that are going to be earmarked for the HVAC floors, and also we'll be placing a welding work area outside of the inside work area. So they'll have a place to work outside as well as inside with different jobs to do. Told you it was going to be quick. That's right. Now the other report there, PSPA. Just to give you a quick update, Friday, the State School Safety and Security Committee voted on new school safety and training standards. They will be doing a program on November the 2nd after the school leadership conference, but we'll be hearing more about that as the time comes upon that and after the 2nd for sure. And also there's what they call an America 250 PA program for this particular school year, and launching the Keystone Classroom Initiative for storytelling, visitation program for kindergarten through the 4th grade classrooms, for children's hospitals, youth camps, etc., all across the Commonwealth. You can apply for that out on the school, the PSBA website. It's available out there, and not only that, but there will be people that will come in to tell stories for the classrooms and stuff, and they'll have other related materials like coloring books and probably little storybooks, etc., all about the Keystone Classroom Initiative for history. So again, and if the elementary grade is interested, they've got to apply before November the 15th. That's our, oh, wait a minute, I do have one more thing. The principles of governance and leadership will be having some wording changes and additions. 2 weeks ago, I helped a group out from all across the state analyze this, so we should have some new principles as far as probably the beginning of 2023. That's now.
All right, Mr. Cole, thank you very much. Last item, Mrs. Agnew.
Yeah, they've been busy getting the districts up and running their programs this first month. Their biggest thing is the Pennsylvania Association of Intermediate Units, in partnership with the Pennsylvania Department of Health, has selected the Blast Intermediate Unit 17 to host a school community testing center to ensure access to free COVID-19 testing and over-the-counter tests for educators, families of school-aged children, and the broader community. Blast has agreed to host the center at the IU-17 Canton office as a drive-through on-demand test site. The center is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The testing center will offer free point-of-care, rapid antigen, free PCR, and distribution of free over-the-counter tests. All testing will be a drive-through on-demand. Pre-scheduled appointments are not available, and there is now a call-ahead option, and there is no charge. That's the biggest thing for Blast right now. That's it. Thank you.
Anything from Saturday Creek?
Other than we had that wonderful event up there on Saturday. Probably in another few weeks we'll be winterizing it up there if the weather starts getting really cold. We have another event November, I don't remember the date of the sledding that we did last year. Otherwise, it definitely is winding down. People are still doing a lot of walking up there, but otherwise it's not, I don't think we have any grounds right now. Nobody's using it in that respect, just here. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. So one thing I had the pleasure of attending the cavalcade bands. There were 7 Bradford County schools that participated, 1 Sullivan County school that participated, and then Mansfield University. I think the thing that amazed me the most with those kids is no matter how big or small the band was, those kids cheered on each other throughout the whole entire thing, which says a lot for those kids that participated in that event. It was awesome. So it was, if you guys have never gotten to see the cavalcade, I suggest going out and seeing it. They did a great job. That's all I have. That's all I have. Your turn.
Alrighty. So I'm going to second what you just said. It was on the top of my list. Cavalcade was a great experience last Wednesday evening. I got there a little bit late, but I did get to see the majority of the bands, and I probably was most impressed when all 8 school districts from Sullivan and Bradford County came together and all played one song at once, and the sound was just amazing. And then Mansfield took the field after that. It was just a fabulous event. So it happens once a year, and so make sure we advertise it again for anyone that hasn't, attended it. It just is a great evening overall to hear all the bands that are out there. I also am going to second what Mr. Hendricks said about our pipeline project with Guthrie. We met with Dale Johnson today and Jen Chapman, and they're an amazing group of people, and I'm looking forward to the opportunities for our students that are going to be able to be a part of that pipeline project as we continue to let that grow and gain more and more opportunities. Mr. Hendrick talked about the dual enrollment. We certainly have dual enrollment with our Corning students, or our Corning affiliation right now. We have 9 classes up and running for that. That's at no charge to our student body taking those courses, and we have 5 more ready to hit the ground in January with Keystone, and we're still moving forward. Our goal was 5, and as you can hear, he's probably going to get a few more by that time, so we'll be ready to roll. I also want to give a shout out to, and Diane happens to be in the audience, but she was already on my list, but Diane Lamona and Amy Rancourt or Amy Romberger are our student council reps for junior and senior high, and they're running the Rusty Rail this year, and they are hoping to get at least the goal that we hit last year was 33,000 items, and so we're hoping to do that again this year. So for the month of October, anybody that wants to donate any cans or non-perishables, bring them to a board meeting. I'll be happy to put them in some classrooms. They're doing different incentives, I heard, so I'll fill some boxes up along the way. That'll be great. I also want to say that Suzanne Jarrett, who happens to be part of the Penn York committee that's bringing the Wall That Heals to Sayre this coming Wednesday, Mrs. Ely shared that we have 2 instrumentalists, one being our band director and the other being a student that will play taps on Wednesday and then Thursday night. Last Friday, she reached out last minute, was hoping to gather some students that might sing the national anthem. And so Mrs. Vaughn readily took that lead, and she emailed me today and said that they will have a group at the opening on Thursday and the closing ceremonies that they'll have on Sunday afternoon. So we'll have a small group of students that will be showcased as well. I feel like when Sayer got some of that showcase, she also reached out in, I think, July or August, and the Penn York Committee purchased the wood that was necessary, and Mr. Jack Waldenberger and his Woodshop 2 students built the benches that will be down there at the Riverfront Park for students to, or for community members to sit on and enjoy. So I was proud to be a part of that project, and that she reached out to Sayer, and we were able to participate. We have 4 grade levels that will be attending on Thursday. So as Mrs. Morrell said, 5th and 6th grade will each be going for an hour, and 11th and 12th grade will each be going for an hour. So fantastic for all of that participation and activity that's going on in our community this week. So if you get a chance, I think from Thursday through Sunday at the Riverfront Park. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Does anyone have anything else? Mr. Shaw?
Thank you. Move for adjournment.
So we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Thanks, Jim. See you.